It also helps with your insulin your sensitivities as well, which is if you're trying to put muscle on and have production and stick it to the body and have it stay in a long-term kind of progress note, then yeah, you really want your insulin sensitivity to be up.
Yeah. And so, of course, you could be taking this instead of regular growth hormone. It's a fraction of the price, and it's dose dependently. It's going to be equally as effective as actually taking the synthetics, in my
Correct.
opinion. And you can amplify that if you're taking fast digesting carbohydrates during and immediately after your workout. That way you're spiking your insulin level, you've got the high growth hormone, and then if you're running any kind of gear, TRT or whatever underneath of that, you're going to have the perfect anabolic environment for your body to actually build some serious muscle. And along with that,
Well, yeah.
the additional benefit, one of the additional benefits is that your body's actually going to be able to produce new muscle cells. Whereas when you're doing just anabolics or SARMs, your body's not producing new muscle cells off of those products.
Correct. And, like as far as it goes with like real growth hormones and things of that nature, you have a lot of balancing you have to do in that process. We've touched on it before.
Right.
Kind of similar with this, but not nearly as sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
It uses a substrate of carbs already within the body, not loading them, which is a huge benefit. Huge, because like take it from somebody who needs to eat a lot to grow that loading out carbs is the hard part of the meals that you have to look at when it comes to a bulking cycle.
Right.
It's a lot of eating, and it's not simplistic. You're balancing out your protein with your carb intake, and you're trying to shoot your carbs higher than your protein intake. Because in reality, if you want to blow up, you have to eat carbs.
Yeah. Yeah. Carbs are a really sensitive issue. There's a lot of people out there, oh, you got to have a low carbohydrate diet. Yes, to stay super lean, if you're trying to shred, you need to cut carbs, right? Because that's where your body stores carbohydrates as fat, right? Whereas if you're wanting to add muscle, you have to have those carbohydrates. And there's people that are going to argue this point, but really the most effective way to build muscle quickly is with an increased level of carbohydrates in your diet. Now, I'm not saying eat carbohydrates around the clock.
No.
My opinion on this, right? My opinion on this is if you're wanting to add serious amounts of muscle, you're eating them, or in my case, drinking them during your workout, and then within 15 minutes after finishing your workout, and the rest of the day you're going to eat a low carbohydrate diet. That way you can add muscle, but you're still staying lean because in my case, I've started intermittent fasting, so I'm only eating between 6 and 8 hours per day. The rest of the day, I'm only consuming water or non-caloric beverages, right? So tea without sweetener, coffee, that kind of thing without sweetener. That way, the rest of the day, my body is focused on eating protein and healthy fats, and then the carbohydrates that I consume are used only for recovering from the workout.